In this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 key metrics that Warren Buffett himself looks at before investing in any single company. Now let's get started. When it comes to value investing, Warren Buffett says it's very simple. It all boils down to buying a good company at a good price. So firstly, let's understand what makes a company great. The first key metric that Warren Buffett looks at is growing earnings per share. Earnings per share serve as an indicator of the company's profitability, which means is the company making money or actually losing money. It is calculated by dividing the company profit by the number of shares outstanding. Warren Buffett always advocates in investing businesses that are predictable, and consistent earning is a form of predictability. For example, if you look at Apple, which is Warren Buffett's largest holding right now, it has very consistent earnings per share. Its EPS has been steadily growing over the years, and if the business does well, the stock price will eventually follow. And that is why you can see that Apple's stock price has also been growing over 300% in the past 5 years, together with the growing earnings per share. Number 2, growing operating cash flow. Once you found a company with growing EPS, your research shouldn't just stop there. You also need to look at the company's operating cash flow, because there are some companies that like to cook the book, which means they purposely make the income statement, which is the profits, look super nice, super profitable, but actually in reality, they are losing money, which means they're unable to produce any cash flow from their day-to-day operations. And we all know cash is king. It's the blood of the business. If the company is unable to generate cash flow, this business may eventually go into bankruptcy. Just like what happened to HiFlux back then, you can see that the revenue has been very stable and consistent, but if you deep dive into its cash flow statement, you can see that its operating cash flow has been consistently negative. So you must be wondering, what is operating cash flow? To simply put, it is a measure of the amount of cash that the business generates from its day-to-day operations. And in order to make sure that we are investing in a good company, we should look out for companies with positive operating cash flow and in fact, growing operating cash flow. You can see that for the past 5 years, Apple has been having positive and consistently growing operating cash flow. No wonder it is Warren Buffett's favorite company. Once you check the OCF, the next step is to see whether the company has a good net margin. As you can see, inflation is hitting all-time high and the Fed is actually increasing interest rate. What does that mean is we are likely to enter a recession. When that happens, people will start cutting spending and businesses with low profit margin will start to suffer. In order to survive, these businesses are forced to cut down their prices even further to attract customers, but this in return will reduce their margin even lower. And this vicious cycle will drive many businesses out of business, which is exactly what happened when COVID-19 hit for the past 2 years. So many retail shops, restaurants, bars are forced to close because their margin just can't sustain a business anymore. So how is net margin being calculated? All you need to do is to use the net profit divided by the total revenue collected by this business. We want the net profit margin to be a minimum of 10% or even better, more than 20%. The net profit margin of Apple has been consistently above 20%, showcasing that this company has a lot of pricing power through strong branding. And Warren Buffett always loves to invest in businesses that people are willing to pay even though it's expensive. And here comes Warren Buffett's one of favorite investing metrics,